Bhava, Bhava, Vruddhaha, Sakhanam. Bhava, Vruddhaha, Sakhinam. Bhava, Vruddhaha, Sakhinam. Rigveda 7.32.25. Bhava, Vruddhaha, Sakhinam. Bhava, Vruddhaha, Sakhinam. Bhava, Bhu Saptayam. Vruddhaha, Vruddha Vruddhau. Vruddha Vruddhau. Sakhina. Kya Prakathane. Kya Prakathane. Kya Mahaprana. Kya Prakathane. Sakha, Sakhi, Samana Khyanaha. Samana Khyanaha. Kya Prakhatane is to refer, to name, to call, to say. Sakha Samana Khyana. That is, both are referred to by the same name. Both are understood in the same way. That is, they are equal. Samana Khyanaha. In short, we can say friends. Friendship always happens only between equals. That's what we are discussing in the Yujyaste Saptapada Sakhasmi. The last one what we were discussing was the same Sakha. And as the ultimate, even between other two people also there could be Sakha. Highest is between husband and wife. Now, Bhava, Vruddhaha, Sakhinam. Vruddhaha is Vruddha Vruddhau. Make it grow. Let it increase. Sakhinam, friends, Mitra, Bhava. Be a person who grows, increases the number of friends.
Okay.
In English we have got that. Let their tribe increase. Yes, that's what exactly we mean here. Let their tribe increase. We are all social beings, we cannot live alone. We need company. Okay, fine. So let us generate friends. Let us generate friends of the same order, Sakha. What is that order? Better human beings, including ourselves. We shall also become more and more better human beings, and let us generate similar better human beings. Bhava, Vruddhaha, Sakhinam. In another place we have got Janaya Daivyam Janam, which means the same thing. Janaya. Here it is Vruddhaha, there it is Janaya. Jani Pradarbhave. To create, to make. Daivyam Janam. People who are divine, people who are knowledgeable, people who are scholarly. So let their tribe increase. Janaya Devyam Janam. That also means the same. Janaya Devyam Janam Bhava Vrdhaha Sakhinam. Now comes the question. Okay, the ideal what we have got before us is excellent, is fine. Thus we shall create friendship, we shall create brotherhood, we shall create people with friendship more and more. Let us make friends everywhere. Excellent. But how? That's a simple question. Now it is very clear that when we discriminate, when we exploit, definitely we cannot create friendship. So that's the answer for your question, Mrinalini madam. If you start discriminating, if you say, you are different, I am different, you are eligible, you are not eligible, you are okay, you are not okay. If you start speaking like that, friendship can never grow. Friendship can never expand. We should say, you are mine, I am you. So if you feel like that and take everyone into our fold, yes, friendship can increase. We are start eliminating XYZ for any reason for that matter, there cannot be friendship. There cannot be that Maitri Bhavana. There cannot be that living together. We have to coexist. We have to coexist. That human fellowship is very much required. That human fellowship can be there only when we love everyone, we take everyone as our friends. One word is there, it's called as Ajata Shatru. Ajata Shatru, no enemies at all. I have no enemies. I love everyone. Similar ideas are expressed in several other mantras also. Yo asman dveshti yam vayam dvishmaha jambhe dadmaha. That is maybe knowingly or unknowingly, if I am hating someone, if I am not loving someone, and if someone doesn't love me, oh God, I surrender the whole issue to you. I start loving everyone, let everyone start loving me. Mitrasya chakshusha samikshamahe. Let all living beings, not just human beings, let all living beings look at each other in a friendly way, live with each other in a friendly way. See, these are the ideals that are given to us. Maybe there is a question, is it possible for us to achieve this 100%? Maybe or may not be. It depends upon our effort. But we have to be in that process that itself is more than pleasing, more than peace-giving. We have to be in that process. Where there is enmity, there cannot be peace. Where there is enmity, there cannot be love. Where there is enmity, there cannot be coexistence. Where there is enmity, there is no Maitri Bhavana, friendship. But friendship, Maitri Bhavana, coexistence, fellowship is very much essential for human beings because we are all social beings. If you are left alone, it's the greatest punishment for us. Solitary confinement is next to capital punishment. Capital punishment is the highest punishment. To hang or to shoot or something. To eliminate that person totally. That is capital punishment. The next highest punishment after capital punishment is solitary confinement. I cannot live alone. I want company. We are all social beings. We are all social beings. If I am forced to live alone without talking to any other creature, in a short time I shall become mad. We need company, we want to talk, we want to live. At least we want to see another living being moving around us. That's the nature, that's a very innate nature of a human structure. So when that is imminent, when that is inevitable, the only thing is we have to grow. We have to grow friendship everywhere. We have to develop that friendship everywhere. For that, discrimination, for that, enmity, For that, hatred, they're all obstacles. We have to remove them. And we have to feel friendly with everyone. Mitrasyaham chakshusha sarvani bhutani samikshi. This is one of the Veda mantras. I shall look at every creature with a friendly look. Every creature, not only human beings. So in the same line we have got this bhava vridhaha sakhinam. Please grow friends. Please develop friendship with every other creature. Just imagine an environment where everybody around us is friendly with us. Do you want any other heaven for that? That very environment is heaven. That very environment is the best place where we can live. If it is an environment where everybody lives for themselves, no contact, no relationship, no exchange of things or views, now that itself is hell. Generally we think heaven and hell is there somewhere after we die. No. It's a status, it's a condition. And that is the condition where that friendly relationship is there or not there. If it is there, that is heaven. If it is not there, that is hell. We all want to live in paradise. And that paradise is where that love is there. Just to refer one point there. Everywhere this concept is there. Everybody look at paradise in the same view. So we got in Bible. In Bible they speak of paradise. This is paradise. They go on explaining. And in explanation they say, paradise is that where young children play with big snakes and lions comfortably. See? It's there in Bible. And it says, it's a place, paradise is a place where lion and tigers eat grass for the living, not meat. They don't kill animals. That is paradise. That is paradise where the so-called cruel animals live peacefully with sober animals. That is how they explain paradise in Bible. And we already know that here in Rishi ashramas, in a place where hermits live, in the hermitages, it was ahimsa. Lions used to, or tigers used to live amicably with cows. Fine. There is no enmity at all. Now that is our concept of hermitage, where the hermits live. Do you find any difference between the two? The paradise of Bible and the Rishi Ashram, what you speak of? No. That is, we all want love, we all want friendship. But the only thing is, our ego comes in the way and spoils the whole issue. So we have to control our own ego. We should extend ourselves, not physically, but mentally and spiritually, and take everyone into our fold. Then the whole environment becomes ours, and we will become one with the whole environment. Physically, we cannot become one with everyone. But mentally and spiritually, we can feel as though we are one with every other living creature. That's what it says. Bhava vridhaha sakhinam. So there is no place for discrimination. There is no place for inequality. We are all equal. We all love one another. We all live together. And we all help each other. And whatever you want to do, we do it together. That togetherness is the crux of friendship, that togetherness. Togetherness at all levels. Physical, mental and spiritual. Yes, that is a relationship between husband and wife. And in all other places, it is mental and spiritual. Bhava vridhaha sakhinam. To continue the same thing, it says, Sahasram sakamarchata. It's another quotation from the Vedas. Sahasram sakamarchata. Rigveda 1.8. 1.80.9. Sahasram Sakam Archata. Sahasram Sakam Archata. Rigveda 1.80.9. I've been telling you time and again that there is no contradiction between one mantra to another mantra in all the four Vedas put together. On the other hand, we find thoughts and things and guidelines which are complementary to one another. This is a unique feature of the Vedas. Nowhere you find even a single contradiction you cannot find. By misunderstanding, okay, we can find out some contradiction. But when you understand it rightly in the scientific way, in the procedure what is prescribed, we can never find even a single contradiction in all the four Vedas put together. Instead, we find so many things which are complementary to one another. This is another example. Sahasram Sakam Archata. Sahasram iti Bahunama. That's what Nirutta says. Sahasra also means quantitative, 1,999 plus 1. Yes, that's also Sahasram. But figuratively, Sahasra means Bahu. So many. That's very good. It doesn't mean quantitatively. It doesn't mean just 1,000. It is more than 1,000. Many. Infinite. Sahasram. Sahasram iti Bahunama. Sakam. Sakam is together. Sakam is together. Archata. Archa Pujayam. Archa Pujayam. Puja is worship. Thousands of people join together and worship together. That togetherness is the crux of friendship, Maitri Bhavana. And this togetherness is possible only when there is no discrimination, only when there is equality and love between ourselves. Only then it can happen. In that attitude of I am great, you are not great. I am Jyeshtha, you are Kanishtha. You are touchable, so and so is untouchable. When you start speaking in those terms, there cannot be togetherness. Togetherness is totally lost. Togetherness is possible when each life respects the other life. When each person respects the other person. When each person recognizes the right of another person to live happily, as I want to live happily. And the same right is there for all living beings. Only when you recognize it, togetherness is possible, not otherwise. Sahasram, Sakam, Archata, worship. Now once again, when you come to worship, we have to understand it very clearly. Archa Pujayam. Puja is the word for worship. Now in the present day context, what they have done is, they have converted this worship into religions. Religion, they define it as the mode of worship, which may vary from person to person, society to society, country to country, group to group. So these different types of worships have been recognized as a religion. But it says, together you worship. That means that type of worship what you do has to be common to all of us. So how do you understand this? If you understand this worship in the present day context, we will have no answer at all for this. But when you take the word puja, yes, we will have some common basis. Puja nama satkara. Puja nama satkara. What does this satkara mean? Satkara means proper use. Satkara, proper use, right use. Everything around us has got a function to be performed by itself. Every thought we have got is a definite application for it. So everything and every thought have got their own application, have their own use. And making the proper use of it is called puja. It's not standing before or sitting before an idol and putting flowers, this and that. That's one type of worship. Some people, they light candles and do something. They call it as worship. Some people, they take some cloth and place it on a, what you call masjid. In the masjid, they place it on and they say that is worship. Everybody define worship in their own way. But ultimately, we have to understand that we have to make the proper use of whatever is available, the things and thoughts. And that is really the worship. That is, we revere those things, we revere those thoughts, and we find that every thought of that and everything is invaluable. So it is invaluable, we try to use it diligently, we try to use it in the right way, at the right place, in the right proportion. And that is puja. And this is universal. This is the same for all, at all places, at all times. This definition of puja. There is no difference. Now, where there is no difference, where there is something which is universal, yes, we come together. That is sakam, worship together. There is no difference of opinion between the two, because they also want to use the thing or thought purposefully, usefully. We also want to do it, so we work together. We come nearer. Sakam archata. Sahasram, like this, it could be any volume, it could be any volume, it could be any size of the group. It could be smaller, bigger, biggest, fine, excellent. All of us, we are interested in using that thing or thought in the right way for the benefit of all of us. So you understand puja in that sense, yes. We all have to perform puja at every step. We are not supposed to abuse or misuse anything or thought. I have to make the proper use only. Now what is it that is proper? Once again, that's again a question. It becomes subjective when you start answering it. Which is proper, which is not proper. Now that which conserves the natural resources is proper with reference to things. Because we all depend upon these natural resources outside. We cannot live without them. We need them. It could be air, it could be water, it could be land, it could be rain. It could be sunlight, it could be moonlight. It could be trees. Everything, everything. It could be ores. It could be minerals. Yes, we depend on all of them. And proper use of it is needed for every one of us, and we have to conserve it, we have to use it very diligently, very carefully, and maintain it for our future generation, for our children and grandchildren. So using them in such a way, the result of which is conservation, the result of which is enriching it, the result of it is maintaining it very purely, yes, that we say proper. So our puja, our satkara should be in such a way that it should not, that is, all the resources should not be abused or misused or polluted. That is proper. That's the definition for proper. For things external. For internal things, what is proper is that which gives us spiritual strength, that which gives us spiritual purity. At the end of the day, have I become stronger spiritually? Have I become purer internally? That's the question. If yes, that's proper. If no, that's not proper. Now, those which help us become stronger and purer, it is common for all human beings. It's not different for different people. That's the whole secret of it. By practicing non-violence, our internal strength will increase. Our internal purity will increase. And it's common for anybody who practices non-violence, that's the result. Anybody who practices violence, the result is the opposite of it. For anybody, anywhere, anytime. Violence is not the nature of human beings. They may become violent, it's possible, but that is not their basic nature. Their basic nature is love. How do you say? Everyone wants to be loved. That is the answer. Everyone wants to be loved. Nobody wants somebody to hate them. We don't want it. That is 50% of non-violence we have accepted in our case. Now the other 50, when you really apply in our life, practice in our life, this 50% will be ensured. Have to love others, and definitely I will be loved. We all want to be loved. We never want to be hated. So 50% is ensured. Other 50% we have to take care of it and make it complete. And that gives us a lot of strength. That gives us a lot of peace. That gives us purity internally, spiritually. And that is proper. At the end of the day, I have to retrospect. I have to evaluate what I was in the morning, now what I am now, by the end of the day. Has my strength increased? Have I become purer? There's a lot of things they disturb us. That's what they have said earlier. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are all enemies. Not external, but internal. They're all internal enemies. Not to what extent I'm harassed by these internal enemies. This I have to introspect. Yeah. If my avariciousness has been reduced by a small degree, excellent, I become more purer, more strong. If my desires are under my control, by the end of the day, I am purer, I am stronger. If my jealousy has reduced a little by the end of the day, yes, my strength has increased, my purity has increased. This is have to introspect every day. By the end of the day, there should be at least a little improvement. And whatever is the cause for that improvement is proper. Is not an abuse, is not a misuse. And the rule what I am telling is the same for all, at all places, at all times. It's not subjective, but it is 100% objective. The same thing gives the same result for everyone. So by the end of the day, I should find out that I am stronger, I am purer. And that is the result of puja. That is the result of using things and thoughts in the proper way. So by doing so, sahasram sakam archata. Let us do this not just individually, but collectively. Sahasram sakam archata. So more and more people, let us join together and practice this. Let us spread the word of proper use of things and thoughts. Let me also use things and thoughts in a proper way. So when you start looking at the resources outside, the thoughts inside, yes, it is possible for every one of us. It's the same for all. Now imagine how we will be. Every day our internal strength and purities will increase, gets enhanced, and around us also it will increase. Finally, we are creating a better world. Unless we do this honestly, unless we do this with devotion is with a committed nature, this thing will not happen automatically. We have to work for it, we have to labor for it. And it will happen well only when every one of us join hands. If a few people are left out, they could be the root of problems. They could be a root of pains. So if we have to overcome all that, we have to make it inclusive. We have to take everyone into our fold. We have to do this and motivate others also to follow the same path. That is Sahasram Sakam Archata. So the whole concept is, it's all inclusive, irrespective of caste, creed, nationality, color, gender, it's all inclusive. This is to be followed by everyone. We have to start following it and motivate others to do it. And more we adopt it, more and more we motivate others to do it. Excellent, we are creating a better society. We are creating a better family. We are creating a better world. and better the world, better the society, better the family. Yes, our enjoyment, our comfort, our peace, they all get improvised. They all become more and more. Of course, we are searching for it. But this is the path. We cannot do it by discrimination. We cannot get it by exploitation. We cannot do it by differentiation. No. It's only by integration. It's only by inclusive nature all this can happen. Not otherwise. Because the basic nature of human beings is to live together. So all these things are emphasized in these words. Sahasram Sakam Archata. We shall pray God together. We shall worship God together. So when I say pray, when I say worship, don't take the present day meaning. We have to go by the basic meaning what is explained in the later Vedas. Prayer, I have made it very clear. Prayer is not just praying, asking for something, begging for something. Prarthana vai sankalpaha, this I told you. Prarthana, prayer is determination, and determination getting translated into action and practice. That is prarthana. Only then the prayers will be answered. If we just keep on praying and never determine and never adopt anything to practice in life, the prayer definitely remains unanswered. Maybe it's a coincidence here and there, it may be answered. But it will never become a rule. But when prarthana is converted into determination, a firm mind, and an adoption of it, and a practice of it, yes, our results are ensured, 100%. So to understand prayer in that sense, we have to understand puja in proper usage of things and thoughts. Then only the whole picture becomes very clear. So the present day meaning attached to these two words, we have to definitely transform them into the right way of understanding it. So the basic question what you started now is answered with these two pieces of Veda mantras, which I kept ready for today's discussion, and it was a coincidence. Next. Tena arhati. Tena arhati. Brahmana. Tena arhati. Brahmana. Spardhitum kaha. Spardhitum kaha. Ka and visarga. Spardhitum kaha. Tena arhati brahmana spardhitum kaha. Kaha, who? Arhati is capable of.
Sharma ji, address?
Address. Atharva 19.23.30. Atharva 19.23.30. Kaha, who? Arhati is capable of. Is capable of. Spardhitum, competing. Is capable of competing. Tena Brahmana, with that Brahma. Who is capable of competing with that Brahma. Tena arhati Brahmana spardhitum kaha. Kaha arhati spardhitum tena Brahmana. Of course, we have discussed about this in a different context. Now this is another context under which we are going to discuss this, and it is complementary to what all we have discussed earlier. Spardhitum, to compete. So competition is always there between equals. And Brahma is understood as that Satchidananda. Bruha, Bruhi, Vruddhav is the root. Vruddhav means that which is the highest, that which is the supreme. And the supreme entity is that Satchidananda. Brahma also has got different other meanings, but in this context it is that Satchidananda. Who is capable of competing with that Satchidananda? The answer is very simple, none. Nobody is capable of competing with Satchidananda. Because that Satchidananda has got a special feature of it, that is Ananda. We have got other two entities, Sat and Satchit, and there is no Ananda in that. Because there is no Ananda in Sat or Satchit, they can never compete with Satchidananda. They are eliminated from competition. Now, can there be many Satchidanandas who compete between themselves? No, Satchidananda is one and only one. No competition at all. Satchidananda is one, that entity is one and only one. Eka Eva. In many Veda mantras it speaks of Eka Eva. That Satchidananda is one and only one. They stress it again and again. Let there be no confusion. That Satchidananda, that entity, God is one. But unfortunately, we speak of crores and crores of gods. And we go on creating gods day after day. Many gods we had never heard of, but they create it. Say one simple example I'll give you. You have heard of this plague, a big disease, an epidemic. And that plague was, now it is not there. Now that plague is not there. They call it as a disease during a certain period of time. It was there earlier, but now plague is not there. Now when the plague was haunting the society, they created one called Plagamma. Plagamma means the mother who is responsible for plague, and they started worshipping that god so that they will not be haunted by plague. You see, whenever we have got a problem, we convert the problem into a god and say, you save us. We create ourselves hundreds of gods, hundreds of demigods, whatever you call it. Demigod means they are all subordinate to gods, but they are also given an equal status. The human brain is so weak that whenever it is in suffering, it wants some power to save it. And if the power is not clear, they create one. But that entity Satchidananda, that entity God, is one and only one, and it is formless. It is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. So let there be no confusion about it. So when you speak of that one, I repeat, one entity Satchidananda, which is omnipotent, omnipresent and omniscient, there can be no competition at all. There is no second Satchidananda, and Satchit and Sat can never compete because they don't have that element Ananda in them. So the Satchidananda, that is Brahma, is the supreme. He is a supreme entity, and there is no competition. Nobody is capable of, nobody has the qualities to compete with that. We are miles apart. That is one and only one, and that's the supreme. It doesn't mean that there is no relationship between the two. That also you have to understand. We are 100% related to that Brahma, that entity God, because we are in it and it is in us. How is it we are in it? Because it is so infinite, it's so encompassing, and the whole world is in it, at all levels, micro, macro, everything is in it, because it is so big, it's so enormous, it is so magnanimous, use any word you want. So So the whole universe, what you can think of, what you can imagine, that everything is in it, because it's so big. Now how can you say it is in everything? Because it is so subtle. Sukshmati sukshma. Because it is so subtle, it can pass through anything, it can exist anywhere. That's why you say it is in everything. Everything is in it, and it is in everything. Tadantarasya sarvasya, tadu sarvasyasya bhakyataha. This I discussed one. That's a Veda mantra. Tadantarasya sarvasya, it is in everything. Tadu sarvasyasya bhakyata, and everything is in it. This is God. Now imagine an idol and call it as a God. Now will this quality, will this feature fits there? No. An idol is not everywhere and everything is not in it. It's only that which is everywhere and everything is in it and it is in everything. That is that entity God Sachidananda. You have to understand it very clearly. An entity like God is there. There is no question of God is not there. God is there, 100%. But how? That's a very important way to understand. God is there, everything is in it, and it is in everything. That is one of its qualities. So all the gods what we have created with form, they are all excluded. They are all excluded. Because they are not omnipotent, they are not omniscient, they are not omnipresent, and the whole universe is not in it, and it is not in everything. All the points are all cancelled here. They don't fit in here. But when you think of this entity as infinite and as subtle at the same time, yes, all these things will hold good. Omnipresence, omnipotence, omniscience, and formless. And there is no second entity which can compete with this. That is one and only one. Our relationship with that is, we are in it and it is in us. Now comes one wonderful question. You say that the entity is Sachidananda. Okay, fine. So that means there is Sat plus Chit plus Ananda. Fine. Now you are telling that it is in us also. Yes, fine. Then we are not able to experience that Ananda. Ananda is already there in us, in the form of Sachidananda. Then why we are not able to experience this bliss? Now this is a very, very important and beautiful question we have. We are in it. We are in Ananda. It is in us. Ananda is in us. That Sachidananda is outside, is inside, is flowing everywhere, without bounds, without restrictions. Then why is it we are not able to experience Ananda? We should have been in a position to experience Ananda because it is there in us. We are in it. The whole problem is we are resistant to it. It's there, but we are resistant. We are there, it is there, but we have not become good conductors of Ananda. And that's the problem. Electricity is there, but if we use a piece of wood in that circuit, it cannot pass through it. As simple as that. We cannot say that electricity is not there. Electricity is there very much, but that piece of wood in the circuit is resistant, is not a conductor, is not a good conductor of electricity. Yes, Ananda is there everywhere, in us, outside, but unfortunately, we are bad conductors of that Ananda. What is it that makes us bad conductors of Ananda? Scientifically speaking, the reason is the pollutants. As long as the pollutants are there, it cannot become a good conductor. If the pollutions in it are a bit less, they become semiconductors. And once all the pollutants are removed, they become very good conductors. Scientific, very scientific. So what are those pollutants? Once again, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. They are the pollutants. More the pollutants, more we are bad conductors of Ananda. And though it is there, we will not be able to experience it. Because we are resisting it. They are the resisting elements. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Once you take control over it, once you start taming it, yes, we become semiconductors and at one point of time become very good conductors. Then we can experience Ananda wherever we are, in whatever condition we are. We need not go in search of it. It is available everywhere in us. But we have to become only the good conductors of it. That's the important thing. So becoming good conductors of Ananda is what is required and not going in search of it elsewhere. It is readily available. The only thing that I should deserve to experience it. How I can deserve? By eliminating the pollutants, as simple as that. Eliminate the pollutants, you become a good conductor and you experience Ananda internally, externally, anywhere, everywhere. So this is the case. No thing other than this can give us all these things, and there is no competition to this Satchidananda. Other than Satchidananda, we don't have any other entity which is omnipresent. Other than Satchidananda, we don't have any other entity which is omniscient. Other than Satchidananda, we don't have any other entity which is omnipresent. So this is the only thing which is unique. When we look at it from any angle it is unique. When you say it is unique, it means there is no competition. It's a big monopoly. It's a big monopoly and you don't have any competition whatsoever. And so it says, Tena arhati brahmana spardhitum kaha. Who is capable of competing with this? The answer is a clear none, N-O-N-E. Nobody is a competition, nobody is a competitor for this Satchidananda. The whole physical world is inert. No consciousness whatsoever. So it cannot compete with something which has got consciousness. Over. Satchit, as Satchits, we, souls, we have got that consciousness, we have got that Chetana, we have got the Prajna, we have got it. But still we cannot compete because our Prajna, our consciousness is very much limited and dependent. Even our Chetana or Prajna has to come into play. We need a physical body. We need Sharira, Indriya, Manas. Without Sharira, Indriya, Manas, we cannot function at all. We will be in a state of dormancy, dormant, we will be dormant. Supta Sthiti, it is called as. In a dormant state. All our actions and reactions come into play only when we are given one Sharira, Indriya, Manas. That's our limitation. Whereas when you come to Satchidananda, there is no such limitation whatsoever. It can function, it can act, it can know without any Sharira, Indriya, Manas. That is special power. That's why we call it as omnipotent. Now who can compete with this? None. We have got only three entities. Sat, Satchit, Satchidananda. Sat cannot compete, Satchit cannot compete, and Satchidananda is one and only one. So there is no competition to Satchidananda. It is one and only one, and there is nothing in the world which can compete with this. It is categorical, it is confirmed, 100% definite. So that's what it says here. Tena arhati brahmana spardhitum kaha. Who can compete with this Satchidananda? Who has the capacity? Who is capable of? Nobody, nothing, none. It is one and only one and all powerful, and it has no competition at all. Now generally what happens? I mean, a little extension of this. Generally what happens? When it is a monopoly, when there is no competition, what happens? They exploit the whole situation because they have no competition at all. And whatever they say is law. Whatever they do is final. Nobody can even question it. because they are supreme. So whenever there is something which is supreme, which has no competition, most of the time it starts exploiting those which are under its control. And that is where the greatness of this Satchidananda is. It is the most merciful, it's the most compassionate. It never exploits. Though even if it exploits, there is no person to ask, there is no person to compete with it. Still, it takes care of the whole universe. It takes care of all Sat and Satchit. With all love and affection. That's the greatness of the Satchidananda. And it's ready to pour on us that Ananda, that bliss, provided we are able to take it without any resistance. Provided we are able to take it, being good conductors. Yes, we get it. It is ready to pour it down on us. That's the greatness of the Satchidananda. Though it is unmatched, though it is unparalleled, it never exploits, it never troubles, it never dictates. It says, this is this, and what you want to do, you are free to do it. It gives a free hand to us. And whatever we do, it ensures the right fruits for it. It ensures the right results for it. That's why it is called as Aryama. Aryama is the most just. This entity is the most just. So whatever we do, we get the fruits accordingly. That law, that cosmic law of the cause and effect is perfect, without any flaw. And it never exploits, it never takes us for a ride, even though it is capable of it, doesn't do it. And that's a greatness. So look at it from any angle, it has no competition, simple. There is no thing which is equal to it. It has got its own place, and that is one and the only one, and there is no equal thing. Now in the Gita, Krishna says, when there is nothing which is equal to you, how can you think of something which is greater than you? There's nothing equal to you at all. Then it automatically eliminates something being greater than you. You are the greatest. Yes, that's very well in accordance with the Vedic thoughts. It's there in the Gita also. Krishna says that to Arjuna. You yourself, you are the great. That is, God is great. There is nothing that is equal to it. And we cannot expect something greater than that. It's not there. There is no competition. There is nothing equal to this Satchidananda. Tenarhati Brahmana Spardhitum Kaha. No competition at all. So this is Atharva 19.23.30. Okay, we have discussed some 2-3 pieces of Veda mantra, and all the three together, they answer your question. And if you think again and again and go deep into it, delve deep into it, yes, so many other things get revealed. So let's think about it, ponder over it, and look forward for many other such things in the next class.